Okay, so this might seem a little redundant getting back on right after this post and posting a second video. This is a part two of this. Now, when I mentioned a lot of the comments being made on these Facebook forums, obviously I knew it was going to catch some flack because I made a comment. I replied to a couple of guys saying, I think we're comparing, the two different worlds here, and they didn't understand. And they were like, well, that's a nice story, but you're wrong. And I'm like, how am I wrong? His original question was broad. You don't really know what kind of music he's doing. I don't. You got to understand that. And the thing is my point here earlier is that these guys get on here, and I think they're confusing some of the new guys of sync licensing, and then you get these guys that are singer-songwriters that do it for TV, that want syncs, and then some of them are writing for the masses for Spotify. One, I'm not talking about music you put on Spotify. And two, the singer-songwriter in production music for TV is different from doing instrumental cues. The volume is different because you're still writing songs. It takes some time to write these songs. I get it. I do instrumental. That's my thing, my forte. I've written with singers and all that stuff, but I just prefer, I love the instrumental thing of it, the part of it. But my biggest point is we're talking about production music, and these guys are talking about, well, it's all low quality if you're doing volume, and it sounds like it was made in a day and all that. And if you make that comment, you have to think about one thing. We're writing instrumental cues for TV shows that are either under dialogue or in transition in these. And if you do this, you know what I'm talking about. You've had placements and you understand this. If you're saying, the consumers hear it and can hear that it was made in a day and they hear low quality, tell me one of the average person that's not a musician or doesn't understand this side of it. Tell me one person that is critiquing the music in these TV shows. Tell me. Most of them don't even pay attention to it. It goes in one area. Why? Because that music is doing what it's supposed to do. It's not taking away from the show. We're supporting actors. Basically, we're composing music for film and TV, but we work in the film and TV industry. Is that it's made to set that emotion and that vibe for that show. Not for the person watching the show to listen to the music, even though some do. If they're paying attention to the show and the music's doing what it's supposed to be doing, if the music is doing what it's supposed to be doing, we've done our job. In other words, we don't expect them to pay attention to the music, even though it's there. But these guys are making comments like it's, like it's an evil sin or something to do a track a day or a couple a day, but they're not understanding what the question is. When you get on these forums, if you ask a question, try to be as specific as you can, try to learn what you can. But if you get on there, try not to comment on something as quick without understanding the question, and maybe you can go, hey, can you be more specific? I don't think some were being that specific. I'm the worst at this. I get on these and I don't make comments or replies much because every time I reply, it's like, how dare I, like I'm wrong every time and they're always supposed to be right. If you understand the point of where I'm coming from, you'd be less argumentative. You'd be less likely to say that I'm wrong and more likely to say, I get what you're saying. It all depends on what you're doing musically as to how you can achieve that goal of how many tracks a week that you want to do and what you want to do and how you want to do it and where you're going to send that music to. So that's an added note, my friends. Didn't want to be redundant with this, but it's a little part two on it because I was reading some of the replies to me and it was like, one guy goes, oh, my bad. I didn't know they were the comparison. My bad. I'm like, no, it's okay. You're good. I'm not mad at you. I wasn't being argumentative to him. I was just trying to make my point in these forums that some people are quick to negate or say things based on what they do, but they're not looking at the question, the person that's asking the question, what do they do? Because you're going to have different answers. And you ask a question, you're going to get answers. But if you're not ultimately specific or somewhat into what you're asking, you're going to get different kinds of answers across the board. You really are. So anyway, that's that, my friends. I hope it helps. You got any questions or you got any things I can learn from, chime in below. Thanks. Be good. Bye.